Today I'm going to show you how you can create a new VMware virtual machine that I'm going to create for one of the installation that I'm going to install that I will show you in a later video. I'm going to install MISP, which is a threat intel VM machine. But first of all, we need to create a virtual machine. So I'm going to tell you how we can create a virtual machine. So first of all, you log into EXI host and then you click on uh, create and register VM, select the new virtual machine, go to next, give the name of the machine that I'm going to name as a mess because we're going to install that later on that machine. We're going to install the Ubuntu, so you just select which Linux family, like which OS family you're going to select. It's a Linux, and then I'm going to select Ubuntu 64-bit. Then you hit next, and then you come up with the data store option. You select which data store you want to save in. I'm just gonna throw that in my HDD 01. Then go next, and then we need to give like two CPUs to that. It needs a 8 gig of RAM and probably like 100 gig of disk is sufficient. Make sure you just give a thin provision so your 100 gig will not saved only just for virtual machine. It will eventually increase, so just give a like a thin provision. Then scroll all the way down, you assign the network card that you want to give it. I'm just gonna give it like app VLAN because that's just one of my app server that's going to be like miss one. In a data store, I'm going to select the ISO which I'm going to build that up. So I'm going to use Ubuntu 2204 because that is the version of the Ubuntu Windows that is currently supported by MISP installation. So just hit select and then go next, finish that up, and here you go. You got that virtual machine built up over here. You go to that virtual machine, click on a play button, and it will open up that window for the installation. Here you go. Then you just click on install Ubuntu, and pretty much you just need to follow the instruction that you're going to do that, right? So let it boot up. It's just gonna take a couple of minutes depending on how much resources you have assigned to that virtual machine. But once it gets reboot, then you will see the below options. Alright, so seems like it's booting up fine. Alright. So you can have like two options, right? Try or install. I'm going to install a MISP later on that machine, so I want to install that. I don't want to try that CD. So click on install, and then you just select your region, your language, whatever you want. And then normal installation, download updates. I want download the updates directly from the internet if there is any. Now I'm gonna select the disk. So I'm just going with the use LVM with the new Ubuntu installation. It's a pretty straightforward. I don't wanna like use ZFS or encrypt or anything like that. So just use a normal one and then hit install. And then continue. You select the region where you are. I'm in Auckland, so I'm just gonna select that one. Okay, so here you just name like the username that you wanna create. I'm just gonna call it as an admin, and then I will probably just call it admin, and then I'll just name MISP, and MISP is already exists, so I will just name as 01. and then I just give a strong password over here. Right, right, and then you can see installation begin. So what will happen that it will just keep going, creating partitioning, installing operating system, and I'm just gonna fast forward that video so you will see that at the end. Okay, so we were installing that Ubuntu and it's almost finishing up now. So you can see that it has installed the operating system on that virtual machine. And in a minute or so, it will just giving me an option to reboot that. So just stay online. So right now, as you can see that it is configuring the APT, which is the applications, and then scanning the mirror, like it's trying to basically update if there are any updates available from the internet, and then sync back to the operating system. Over here, you can see that it is going to the repositories from where it can get the new updates, and then eventually it can do the upgrade on the operating system apt. So it can be happen like in the background. So what I'm gonna do that I'm just gonna see if I can skip that. And over here you can see it is creating a user checking packages. Right. So over here you can see that installation has completed now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna hit restart now. What it will do, it will just reboot that virtual machine to do the final step, and then we will be into the virtual machine with the full installation. Now in the second video, I'm going to tell you how I'm gonna install MISP on that virtual machine. But this video is just to tell you like how you can basically install a Ubuntu or any Linux virtual machine on an EXI host. Subscribe my channel right now to learn more about cyber or IT stuff. See ya.